I made a trip to Seattle a couple weeks ago. I remember hearing text tone after text tone waking me. I kept hitting the snooze, only to find by 6:15 a.m. I had 15 plus messages from concerned friends around the country. See, in my hometown, there'd been this shooting during an opening night of a movie. I remember the helpless feeling I had after watching the news broadcasts over what had happened that night. The lives lost and the violent plans had been made by the killer. It was such an eerie feeling hearing that when the shooting took place, the scene being played was one of chaotic violence. Such terrible irony. Horrific things happen in our world daily. They seem to completely saturate our news. I mean, when's the last time you heard of anything positive that seems to break the news, cause the country to stop and all watch the television screens in front of them? It rarely happens. There's this community of people in the book of Revelation that was dealing with serious affliction, injustice, and pain. They're a group of people in crippling poverty, living in one of the wealthiest districts. And if that wasn't enough, they were under constant scrutiny for believing in Jesus. And so John starts the letter reminding them who is in control. He introduces God as the beginning and the end, the first and the final one, the once dead and now alive again. It's almost as if he's starting the letter reminding these hurting people that there is still someone in control. He tells them, I see you're in dire poverty, but you're also rich. Rich? He essentially tells them in the next few lines that while some of them have left their community of faith, most have stayed, despite the fact that life has been so cruel. While they're poor in spirit, they're rich in grace and faith. What a beautiful image. It reminds me of this story I heard about these 3 guys who go into a leper colony, way out in the middle of nowhere, completely cut off from the world. As they begin talking with these people who are missing limbs, sores covering their bodies, eyeballs white from blindness, they're completely unhinged by the demeanor of these people. While there was no question they were hurting, their smiles, their inspiring stories, it all told of something way bigger. One of the men actually said he loved his community. He loved life. What? This is something our Eurocentric, material thinking doesn't leave room for. These people were actually happy with what they had. They found a way to enjoy life and each other through the pain. They were rich in grace and faith. So John, he sees their pain, but also their triumph over it. He also sees that things may get even harder for this community that he loves so much. So he gives them the advice he's been given from God. He tells them, stop fearing that which will come. Because let's be honest, pain, injustice, brokenness, it happens. But he says, our God has already overcome. He even gives this great reference from the book of Daniel, where the number 10 is used, 10 days of suffering. 10 days is almost always synonymous with the idea of a short time span that will someday end. The 10 days were a reminder that it will pass. It's almost like some of the diets these people go on. Some people look at the condition they're in, obesity, uncomfortable rashes, headaches, and they think, hey, I can do it for 10 days. I can get through anything if I know there's an end. Then he tells them, don't quit, continue being faithful. It's almost an echo of what Paul the Apostle wrote in Romans. He said this, I consider that our present sufferings are not worth comparing with the glory that will be revealed in us. It's like an athlete pushing that extra workout, knowing that the results are just around the corner, or the law student taking that extra hour a day to prep for the bar exam, knowing the results are just within their reach. Glory is within their reach, and that's what it means to be an overcomer. And this is what John is reminding his friends of. Even though life is rough and is going to get worse, there is an end. And what's better, we're reminded in the beginning of the letter and the end that God is a God who has been there the entire time. We're given the images of him like a wind, flying around the hurting communities. God's presence seems to remind them that he is with them. He never left. When I was 12, I had a best friend. Her name was Raquel, and yeah, we got teased a lot about being boyfriend and girlfriend, but it didn't really bother us much. I remember doing homework together, going to the small downtown area, buying candy, just doing what good friends did together. I received a phone call one morning. I remember answering and hearing Raquel's mom on the line. I immediately assumed I'd done something wrong, or Raquel left the house without telling her mother where she was going. Her voice cleared, and she said, "Tony, I need you to sit down, sweetie. This morning, Raquel was..." And the phone dropped, and I heard wailing on the line. Raquel's father picked up the phone and finished the horrific sentence his wife couldn't. "Raquel was hit by a drunk driver this morning. I'm so sorry, Tony. We'll be in touch." After hanging up, I remember being in a fog, walking to the edge of my bed, just dropping to the ground. I held the phone, unable to let it go, unable to believe my best friend was gone, unable to believe someone would actually be drunk in the morning and not see my best friend walking her bike across the road. And that's when I felt two arms, my mother's arms. My mom sat next to me on the bed, and she put her arms around me. So where is God when terrible things are happening? Where is He when good people suffer? Where is He when those innocent people were shot in the theater, or the community of Smyrna suffered so long and so hard? I believe He was there, holding His children, longing to wipe the tears and let them know the pain will pass. It's not the end. God's promise to His people, to us, is this: if we hold on, we allow Him to put His loving arms around us, He'll call us overcomers, and we won't experience death. Death can't touch us because we'll be experiencing real life with Him. It's the kind of life that when pain, poverty, and death occur, we still have another chapter left, which we're told ends with an eternal life with a Father who holds His children close.